As you guys saw, this video is one of the most requested by far. What we're looking at here is the most popular Super Smash Bros. Characters from all the way back in Smash 4, all the way through Smash Ultimate up till the current day. So you're gonna get a big picture of the whole thing. So make sure you guys let us know down below in the comments which game you'd like to see a video like this for next. And this video took an insane amount of time to put together. So I really do hope you guys enjoy it. Please do drop a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave your suggestion for the next one. Because there were so many characters, we actually broke this up into a few different pieces. So I'm gonna try and explain how we did this. The very first section you're seeing is the top 20 characters overall. So the characters that had the highest combined search traffic in the context of Super Smash Bros. Show up first. Then the second section, which you're gonna see, is the least popular characters. The two following sections are kind of the in-between section, and then the final section is the overall everyone put together into one group. I figured this is probably the best way to do it because the final thing is kind of hard to read, where it's all compiled together. And for the most part, what you guys are probably really wanting to see is who was the most popular over time, who was the least popular over time. This first one, you're looking at the most popular characters overall. There's a few pieces of context I want to give, in that we actually started this back from the release of Smash 4. So obviously characters that were in both Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate have a higher compounding amount of combined search traffic than characters that were not, which is why we wanted to parse the information like this, because I think it's a little bit more relevant than just randomly throwing it all together. And because of that, in the second section, the least popular Smash Bros. Character section, a lot of the DLC characters tend to be grouped together here because a lot of them had almost negligible traffic before they were released. And that makes sense because some of the characters weren't really super hyped before they were released. They kind of just got thrown out there. But you might be wondering, why is there sometimes search traffic before the character was actually released? Because you can see on the screen when the characters were released and when the game was released. Well, there was a lot of characters that were revealed before they were released, so there's a lot of hype surrounding them in that sense. But probably the single biggest reason for a lot of the anomalies in data, at least from what we think, is if you remember before Smash Ultimate came out, during Smash 4, there was actually a Smash ballot. And the ballot was a way that you could vote for which characters you wanted to see come into the game. And that ended up being what some of the Smash DLC came from, or at least so they say. So a lot of characters that still aren't even in the game to this day have a ton of combined search traffic because we believe the Smash ballot created hype for all kinds of characters in the context of Super Smash Bros. Clearly you can see characters here like Terry. They're at the bottom of the list, but that's because Terry, at the time of recording this video, at the time of creating this video, is the newest character in Smash, so there's the least amount of time for people to kind of get hyped about him and check him out. And not to mention, he didn't have exactly as much crazy anticipation and speculation like a lot of the other characters had over time. Sometimes if a character is just harder to play, they'll actually get more traffic coming towards them because people are just trying to figure out how to play them if they're more complex of a character, among many, many other reasons. And you're probably wondering, why did we do all four of the different variations of Pokemon Trainer? So here we have Pokemon Trainer, Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. And the reasoning for this is that we didn't think it would take away from the total comprehensive understanding of it, because we're not subtracting data from Pokemon Trainer just by showing the individual Pokemon, because surprisingly, there's actually a decent amount of people that are trying to look up the individual Pokemon, and maybe that's because they want to learn how to play the individual Pokemon and really sharpen them. But keep in mind, this is not just general Pokemon, it's in the context of Smash. So therefore, we have Pokemon Trainer on here, plus Charizard, which makes even more sense because if you remember in Smash 4, Pokemon Trainer actually was not an option. Your option to play was as Charizard. That was changed in Smash Ultimate. So you chose Charizard as your character as opposed to having all three. So those are the two characters between the two games. But then from there, the other two Pokemon are just based on people trying to specialize, I'm assuming, as a part of Pokemon Trainer's kit. If you guys watch the videos we did with Apex Legends like this and Overwatch like this and a lot of the other games, we have a lot of milestones over time, but because in this one we had to break it up into so many pieces in order to make it even understandable, we didn't do that to the extent in the other videos. But we do have the release of the original game and Smash Ultimate, of course, you can compare it to. And if you're wondering about why a specific spike happened for a specific character, sometimes it's because they were revealed, sometimes it's because they were released, and sometimes it's because of something totally random. It could just be something that's totally out of the blue. So if you guys have any context of why you think at certain times certain things happened, let us know down below in the comments. One thing that did seem to play a role is the winners of tournaments. So whatever character was being used and ended up winning a tournament, there seemed to be some small correlation there as well in the grand scheme of things. Because competitive Smash does have some impact here, but clearly not as much as the casual audience here. And to be absolutely clear, all of the different breakdowns of these charts have the exact same start point and end point. It's just focusing on which part of the pie we're looking at. The very top most popular characters, the very bottom least popular characters in terms of the total, or the middle section. It's not like the Overwatch one we did where we restarted it every season, because the whole point of that video was to show the most popular heroes per season. This is overall throughout the entire timeline, and then you can see them all compiled together in the final graph where everything is. So like I said, this video took a long time to put together. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this. Please do drop a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave any suggestions down below. And if you haven't checked out the videos we made like this for Overwatch, Apex Legends, and Undertale, I've left a link to all of them down below in the description. We would really appreciate it if you check them out, because if you like this one, you probably like those ones as well. But either way, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.